So he showed him the goal, in the Sankhya means the highest philosophy, the philosophy of the soul. When you study the second chapter, you may feel, what? Did Arjuna ask to know anything about the soul? Why Sri Krishna is explaining? Not for that. First of all, the goal of human life should be put before you. You have to attain that. Man is the crown of creation. Human birth, it is the crown, the best, the most important, the highest of all the creations. And your goal is to attain that. And afterwards, there are 18 chapters, 700 shlokas. What do we get in all these 18 chapters and 700 shlokas? A philosophy, where we are face to face with how to meet the challenges and how to reach ultimately the goal of the human life. There are so many paths. There is karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga. Come from whatever path, but you will reach me and me alone. Take up any path that suits you, it doesn't matter. It is easiest path is the karma yoga, So in the third chapter, karma yoga, the secret of the karma, that is the work. Because we human beings, not a single moment, nahi kshanamapi jatu tishtat akarma krit. We human beings, we cannot live even for a single moment without any work. You see, I am speaking, you are listening, you are thinking. Every moment, kaya, vacha, manasa, either through body or through mind, or even talking, we are working. Working is the easiest way to reach the highest goal. But we must know the secret. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Karmane vadikaraste mafaleshu kadachana. So many important paths, pathways of this karma, of this work. Doing your work only. How to do it? We all do work. This is only karma only we are performing. But none of them are karma yoga. It should take us, unify us with the divine. Take us nearer and nearer and nearer to Him. That is the goal of this karma yoga. So whatever work we do, it should lead us to this yoga yuktaha, to unite us, to take us nearer to Him, to the goal. How to do it? Sri Krishna gives so many ways. Saha yajna praja srishtva puro vacha prajapatihi, he says. When the Creator, created this world, this universe, He gave us a beautiful method for us, that is saha yajna. This yajna bhavana is a very beautiful, very important path. Do your work, but ask for no fruits thereof. Your duty is to perform your work, your duties. Finish, there it finishes. Expect nothing in return. He gives an example, What is that example? Havana. This saha yajna, this yajna bhavana is indeed a very great contribution of Bhagavad Gita, or this karma yoga. How to you must have seen a havana, a yajna, where ghee is poured as havi in the name of different gods, isn't it? When the ghee is burnt, anything remains? Nothing remains. Not even little, even ash. It is burnt completely, leaving nothing in the end. So like that, work, there it finishes. Don't think of it anymore. why I didn't get it, why I should have got, as a result of this work, so much I did. I should have got this much. No getting fruits thereof. Just do your work. There it ends. But do your work in such a way, swakarmana tam abhyarcha siddhim vindati manava. How beautifully he explains, very simple Sanskrit. Swakarmana tam abhyarcha. Through your work only you are worshipping him. And that will lead you to Parama Siddhi. The highest results, the highest ideal can be reached by performing one's action in that some completely anasakta yoga. Gita says, asakto hi acharan karma paramapnoti manava. Asakto hi, unattached to the fruits thereof. We people, we are very, very, very much accustomed to expect always something when we do something, isn't it? It is so very natural for us. So when we get all the sorrows in our life, we get not because we performed this, that and every other achievements. No, not for that. But we expected something. It was not what we expected. It didn't come to that much. So you are disappointed, so the sorrows come. So he says, asakto hi acharan karma, anasakti hi. No attachment toward the fruits thereof. It's not so easy. You perform a work with some desire, isn't it? But Gita teaches, no. If the fruits will come, it is his will, the divine within you, he will give you the fruits. Don't expect it from the world. Why do you expect anything from outside? Giver is only one person, Giver is that above. So when we perform a work, we perform as if we are worshipping. Swakarmana tam abhyarcha. Through your work, you are worshipping him. Worshipping him only. It is easy, because most of us, 98% of us are devotees, isn't it? We worship a deity, we love a form of the God. Everyone thinks that he is the Parabrahma Swayam. Aham Brahmasmi, I am that Parabrahman. This is not so easy for all. It will come, of course, it will come gradually, if we proceed. Ultimately we will reach that. But the thing is, easiest path is path of devotion. So in Gita, you will see all these paths were given equal importance. Any path you take up, you all will come to me with different paths only. He says that, Manigana iva, all these different paths, all these different efforts, in whatever way they want to come to me, in that way only I will accept him. Just like there are so many little beads are there, one thread goes inside, isn't it? The thread is the divine. All these paths, they are all the different beads. He is the one who unites all these different paths. He is the goal. From whatever path you come, he is the goal. This is what in our Vedas, about 6,000 years ago, he declared, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. The same truth, is explained so easily in such beautiful, simple explanations, Gita declares. You come from whatever way. Now, because work is easiest, and work, each and every one of us, we perform. Gita says, you don't become akarmanya. Karma is much, much better than akarmana. So many times we think, work, when we work, we expect something, so let us keep quiet. Don't work at all. Then nothing will, and no blemish will come to you. No, that is not the way. Sharira yatra api. Even to live, you have to work. Nowadays, all the doctors, what do they say? Come to the normal life. Do as you are doing all these days. Then you will be all right. So because I feel always I am ill, I will be actually confined to the bed. That will not do. Even the medical people say it. So imagine long ago, Sri Krishna said, better do your work. Don't sit without doing anything. So this karma, and you must know the secret. And then he says, the relationship between the divine and the human, man and God. The second important thing, which we understand through Bhagavad Gita, God is not sitting somewhere high above the skies and ruling over all of us. No, Gita says, Pitahamasya Jagatam, Mata Dhata Pitamaha. Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Suhrit. He is our dearest friend. He is our father. He is our mother. He is our grandfather. You all know that how grandmothers and grandfathers feel so attached to the grandchildren, isn't it? Father, mother and grandfather and grandmother. He is telling, I am that. Combined. Father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, all together he says, I am that. I am that to you all, to all the created beings. See? What intimate. He says, I am Suhrut, I am the dearest friend, helping you always, leading you always towards your goal of human life. So near. So he is so near and dear, residing in our own innermost core of our heart. So Gita brings this idea, that God and man, what intimate relationship between these two. So come from whatever path, I am there to take you back. From even our Vedas, they say what? The entire creation has come from him. Anandat khulu imani jayante, anandena tishtati, anandat abhisamvishanti iti. So from him the entire universe has come. In him it is living, and to him it goes back. So he is actually the source, the repository, the sustenance of the entire universe, Such intimate relationship between the creator and the creatures. That we must understand always. So many times we think, no, we are all such great sinners. How can we expect that God loves us? But he says, no. Chaturvida bhajante mam sukritino Arjuna, he says. No, all of them love me equally, want me equally. That is not, there are four types of my devotees. They are all sukritino Arjuna, he says. Out of merits of so many of their births, they have acquired this merit to love me, to think of me. Even 4 types, he says. Oh, who are they? Arti, Artharti, Jignasu, and Jnanicha Bharatashrava. These 4 kinds. One is Arti, a person who is encircled with so many difficulties, Arti. He is troubled from every side and he is seeking for help. He has tried his best to knock every corner, but he couldn't get any response anywhere. Then he thinks of the divine help. Doesn't matter, he thinks. He thinks of divine help, and even if he thinks and come to me, I am there to help him. Artihi. There are innumerable examples if you turn your pages of the Puranas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, and just to give us the real example, living examples, so that we may understand that yes, somewhere someone is there to help us. Come on. So then we stretch our hand and seek the divine help, isn't it? You turn the pages of Mahabharata, Ramayana, and your different Puranas, Gajendra Moksha. Like this, even I often quote this Draupadi, how she, in that sabha, you remember, in that utmost, greatest of her life danger, how she called upon Sri Krishna. All the five husbands are sitting in front of her, couldn't do anything. When she began to call upon him, it is, as Gita says, Ananyas chintayanto yejana paryupasate teshabe yuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham iti. He has promised, Ananyas chintayanto, fulfill the conditions and you will get the result. What are the conditions? Ananyas chintayanto yejana paryupasate. You must call upon him. When you really want the divine help, it must be ananyas chintayanto. Your devotion must be one-pointed. It must be completely one-pointed devotion. When you depend upon him completely. Are you really believe, have faith in the divine help? Are you really depending upon him completely? Absolutely? Then he is there to help you. He is just waiting. Sitting in the midst of your own heart, you're sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Animesha nayane, they say. Without winking even his eyes, he's looking at us. When you are going to call upon him? Do we call upon him? Do we remember him at all? We think we can do everything. Why depend on somebody else? We can do everything. Come on, do it. But when ultimate results are something else, then we will go here and there and everywhere. When everywhere it failed, then we think of the divine. Even then, are we sincere? Are we really depend upon him? Sri Krishna says this is the norm. Ananyas chintayanto yejana paryupasate teshabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. I will carry them. Carry to their doors, their yoga and kshema. Yoga means what? What you have not, what you are in most need, that he will bring. Kshema means what? To protect it is also his responsibility. Depend upon him. See what happens. So this complete ananyas chintya, this one-pointed devotion is the most important thing. That is what Bhagavad Gita declares. So because Draupadi depended entirely upon Sri Krishna's help, you know what happened, the result, isn't it? But dependence is something you must see. You must understand it clearly. When Draupadi was praying, she was holding with both her hands her cloth and everything, isn't it? But when she began to think, Sri Krishna completely forgot everything. The entire world was forgotten. She was completely absorbed in him and praying, so full of concentration, Then Sri Krishna answered, In Mahabharata, there is a shloka, this situation is explained in Mahabharata only, isn't it? Mahabharata says, it seems Sri Krishna gave her vision and said, my dear, why did you call me Dwarakanath? Why did you call me Mathuranath? I am residing in your own heart, my dear. Why didn't you call Hridayeshwar? So you see, you call me Dwarakanath. I had to come from Dwaraka, It became so late. I have to take so much of time, my dear. Have we that much of faith? Do whatever you want. So I will just, with folded hands, she began to pray, forgetting everything else. At that moment to forget everything and to depend upon him. This is the highest ananyas chintayanto ye jana paripasa.